Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading for you. How you doing, friends? How you doing, my bull gang? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. Thought we'd get to the weeklies, right? We're going to do something a little bit different this week. I like to always bring you guys variety. So this week we're going to read about love, finances, career. We're going to do 3 hands. Remember that? I haven't done a 3-hand read for you in a long time. So let's get to it. Taurus, thanks for showing up here. If you are brand new, welcome here. I hope you'll stay to this, add yourself to this really big tribe. Subscriptions don't matter much to you, I know, but they do to me, and so does your thumbs up. So thank you so much for doing all of that for me. Taurus, if you're the one that always comes back here, you're the loyal one that I see all the time, thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. And at the end of this reading, I'm going to talk about an extended. If you're interested in the extended, we will be doing the love reading last, so that is the one that will be extended. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. We'll start with career. Tell me about Taurus, what's going down? For Taurus, whether you get this today, tomorrow, next year, it could resonate with you. Oh, okay. Career, Taurus. We've got the sun. I like it. We're starting out with the sun. We've got the world card. You're seeing something for what it is here, Taurus. You're having some sort of a big breakthrough that it's time for a change. So somebody here has decided we've come to the end of the line. Yeah, I'm hearing the traveling Wilburys in my head. You've come to the end of the line. That's what it feels like here. It's time for something new. Taurus, it does feel like you're coming to a place of breakthrough when it comes to your career. That there is some sort of a breakthrough in the sun, or you get a clearer view of a decision that you've been trying to make for a while about whether to close the door on something or not. I feel like you will be ending some sort of a chapter or a cycle here, but listen, I think this is like a milestone for you. It feels like there is going to be a new beginning here, and I'm going to say that this could be something that maybe is a lateral move, or, I'm not going to be really making more money than I did before, but I am going to be starting not at the bottom, but sort of in a lateral position. But I feel like there's much more potential for you to make more money, for you to grow a reputation here. I'm just looking at the rabbit that's in the hand of the page here. And I feel like although you're starting over again or starting at the beginning somewhere, it does feel like it goes rapidly. I'm going to say that your escalation into more money, into a better position, into whatever it is that you're looking for ends up being in rapid succession, because bunnies, right? Yeah, it seems like your pentacles will be producing like bunnies. So it does feel like it's something to get excited about, Taurus. It feels like something to get excited about. For some of you, it feels like this is the end of a financial crisis, because something here is going to work out the way you want it to. It does feel like it is something that you've been trying or hoping that would come to materialize in the 3D, and I think you're going to see that. Tell me more about this here. You become more positive, or you will become more positive, Taurus, because you're going to see either this move or this increase, even if it's only a little increase, okay? Like if you've been hoping for a promotion where you are or a raise where you are, it feels like it's something small, but nonetheless impactful. Tell me more about Taurus. Yeah, it looks like here that you go from worry to happiness. It does feel like something is going to be over. And I think what's over is the 3 of Swords. I think that your worry is over because the sun is here. And now you can see all aspects of everything. No more disappointment, Taurus. It feels like your disappointments are coming to an end because the 10 of Swords is here. And I'm seeing the 10 of Swords as something positive because it's right up against the 10 of Cups. It feels like it is a soft ending, I want to say. For me, water always softens the swords. So it feels like it is a soft ending that you're coming to here, but an ending nonetheless. It does feel like this is something that you've been thinking about, but really not wanting to do. It does feel like the situation, Taurus, is that you've been at this place working for a while. You've been in this career for a while, and it feels like it's been taking you a while to back away, because we do have the World card, and that's all of the fixed signs, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We all know, maybe you don't know, maybe I'm telling you for the first time if you've never been here before, that the fixed signs, they take a very long time to make a decision, make a change. It's not that they're not capable of doing it. People call them stubborn, but they're just careful. I don't want to do this a second time. I don't want to jump from the frying pan to the fire. I'm not making a quick decision. I think it's taken you a really long time to see something for what it is. And when you open your eyes and you really see something for what it is, you're seeing a pattern here. And I think the pattern is you keep getting disappointed, or somebody's doing something that's pissing you off. I feel like you're going to be far happier moving forward. For somebody here, you're going to be far happier because you're finally getting the raise or you're getting the promotion. It's going to be small, though. I'm going to say it's a small increment of something. Just going to clarify the world card here. Tell me about the world card. If you just feel like this is a milestone for you or an achievement of some sort, the death card is here. The Five of Wands, yeah. I feel like this Three of Swords, Taurus, is that you couldn't make the decision to go. It's loyalty is what it is. When you get in, you're all the way in, and you like things to just stay the way they are. Why do we have to fix it if it's not broken? It feels like the Five of Wands is telling me indecision. You've been fighting yourself about the ending. And I feel like once you finally do get out of the situation that you're in, if you want to go, if that's what's going on, I feel like you all of a sudden feel much better. Look at that. The Lovers is here. So I feel like you're making a positive choice, a positive change, something that you've been holding back on. When it comes to your career, somebody here, you're going to stay where you are, but your accomplishment or your milestone is you're finally getting the leg up. Somebody's finally going to notice the work that you're doing, and whatever this is, whether this is recognition or something finally transpiring in the workplace, it feels like it makes you very happy, joyous, in fact. And it feels like for those of you that are leaving a career, it feels like the reason that you're leaving is because you realize that something is at the end. I think that once you realize that it's time to go, I feel like it takes you a long time to digest it, but I feel like you're going to be far happier in the next place. Because it feels like it's the relief of releasing yourself from a place where you felt like you didn't fit anymore. The death card is here, and transformation is hard. And Taurus, you have a hard time with change. It's not like you can't change, but changing your mind is hard. Changing your path is hard. And so I feel like it's got to be your choice or not at all. You don't want to be pushed into anything. So I feel like the World card is telling me that there is a big change and ending coming up, in fact. But I feel like what's in the future for you, Taurus, is something that is going to be far happier for you. It's going to make you far happier than you've been in a long while. All right. Let's talk about your finances, Taurus. Let's talk about finances. The Five of Wands just popped out. So right now it could be you fighting your finances or trying to make financial decisions that have been hard, or something is leaving you in this place of, I don't know if I should do this or move forward. Tell me more about Taurus and finances, please. Tell me about Taurus and finances. We've got the Lovers in reverse. We've got the Ten of Wands. We've got the King of Swords. Taurus, I feel as though when it comes to your finances that you've been carrying financial burdens. I'm going to say that it's time for you to hire a professional. If you don't understand the finances or what's been going on with the finances, I don't want you to be surprised by something that is going to end up being a very heavy financial burden for you. The King of Swords to me is the one with the clarity, right? So it's the person with the eagle eye. Look, my bookkeeper is an Aquarius, and I'm grateful because she doesn't miss a thing, as confirmed by my accountant, who's like, who's your bookkeeper? And so she doesn't miss a thing. And I feel like this King of Swords is telling me you either need to get a lawyer on it, or you need to get some legal advice, or you just need to get another set of eyes. It feels like you need to get a professional to help you out with something that you've been carrying for a while, Taurus. The Lovers in the reverse here is like you're putting it on the back burner and you're ignoring it. You're choosing not to do it at this time. It might be intimidating. It might be something you're not familiar with, but mostly it feels like it's something that you just don't want to face. We've got the person on the Ten of Wands looking down, and although they're carrying all these wands on their back, this person is rooting through whatever's on the ground. It's like they're completely oblivious, maybe not oblivious, but got so used to carrying all the weight that they're just going about their business, carrying all the weight. So I feel like you work really hard. This person's, whatever they're doing, it looks to me like they're pulling moss, pulling something out of the ground. It feels like, this is no big deal. I've been carrying it around for a while. But I feel like you need to choose it. You need to make a choice. You need to step forward. And it can be intimidating to find a professional, a money manager, somebody who can help you with your finances. But I think that it's time to do that. Find the bookkeeper. Find somebody who really knows, who can really point things out to you, and who can be your teacher. It feels like the Hierophant is also telling me it's time for you to stand on business, and it's time to go a different way or find a different way to deal with something here. Yeah, I think that if you are the person who's been carrying the financial burden because it just is too intimidating, or maybe it's gotten too large, maybe the debt is too large, whatever you're carrying is too heavy, I feel like it's time for you to open a new door and speak to a professional, because I feel like the Knight of Swords is like, this person is just going to tell it to you like it is. And I think that might be part of the reason why you're not focused on making the choice to do the right thing. I would say the Hierophant is here. And so the Hierophant is here is doing the right thing also, is somebody who's very structured, somebody who is, got a pretty firm or solid structure or solid path. It might be outside your comfort zone to ask for help. Taurus, that wouldn't be you, would it? You're not taking that sofa up the stairs by yourself, are you? It might be out of your comfort zone to ask for help. And so I feel like that it feels like a free fall. I'm going to say the Fool is here with the 10 of Wands. Your comfort zone is the 10 of Wands. I got used to carrying the burden. And I feel like that somebody here sees themselves as the authority, and I don't need someone else telling me that I'm not the authority. Someone here is going to make you second guess yourself, is going to make you second guess your doctrine. Somebody is going to tell you it's time to change something, and I don't think you want that to happen. But the Knight of Swords is here, and something is barreling at you, I'm going to say. It feels like it's change. I feel like you're, I'm just going to say you're in the last degrees of Uranus is in the last degrees of Taurus. This is a cleanup place. This is the time where we got to finally get everything in order and clean it all up, because at the end of April, Uranus is off into cause problems in Gemini. So I feel like somebody here needs to make a decision. I feel like right now your choice is to carry the burden because you got big shoulders, right? I know what I'm doing. Don't tell me what to do. Taurus, you're defiant. Don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing, but I feel like you're doing something over and over that's not working for you, and it's bearing down on you here. It's really becoming a lot heavier than you thought it would. I think that you made a decision, possibly a financial decision that you thought was a good one, and maybe it was at the time, but I feel like now it's getting to be heavy. So I feel like you need to cut through the bullshit here with the Knight of Swords, because Knight of Swords is Gemini, and Gemini is just going to say it, right? And so I feel like that's why you haven't stepped through the door yet, because it might be intimidating to have someone smarter than you on the case and then question your practices. And the Hierophant doesn't want to have their practices questioned. We've got the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Swords. So it tells me here that somebody is going to have to pay closer attention, get more information, going to have to dig up some stuff, dig up some paperwork. It feels like it's a whole big mishmash of things here. And so it feels like it's time for you to get that under control and let someone else in the door, or the new chapter of your life here is getting an advisor, some sort of an advisor or someone who knows more than you do. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. What is Taurus carrying here? There it is. You're stuck to it, friend. It feels like you're stuck to some sort of, something has got you. Something has got their hooks in you. Something is attached to you. Something you can't get rid of. And it feels like it's now starting. You're starting to realize the weight of it. You've been carrying it around for a while. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. You got to let someone through the gate here. And we've got the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's no fun anymore, is what it feels like. I'm going to say that it feels like something is becoming draining. It feels like the finances are draining, or you were hoping that you would have money, time, effort, or energy to put into a new project, put into to invest into something new. Maybe you're looking at an investment. That's why you're looking at your finances as a whole. It feels like here something is no fun anymore. It doesn't make you happy that the situation is as it is, but I feel like you're having a hard time asking for help. The choice is, I feel like, is continue to bear the burden. I mean, you can. I'm not telling you don't have to. You can continue to bear the burden and carry on, your big shoulders, as it were, and you don't have to do anything. But it's not losing speed, my friend. I really do feel that if you get, we've got butterflies on these cards here, and I feel like and on this one as well. I feel like if you do get the advice of someone, maybe just get free 15 minutes, or go in with someone who knows more than you do, or someone who can look at it from a bird's eye view and not the view of someone who can't make a decision or can't be flexible. Look, Gemini is going to be a lot more flexible than Taurus or Aquarius. Feels like you need somebody who's going to be flexible with the way they speak, with the way, someone who's going to not look at the situation and say, yep, you're right, you're screwed. They're going to say, oh, wait a second, but if we move this here and move that there and we move things around, you know what I mean? Someone who's going to look at it from a different point of view than you have. So I feel like Uranus in its last degrees in Taurus is doing its thing, because this is the cleanup crew, is what it is. Anything that you've left unattended, Taurus, and I feel like for some of you, I'm talking about a financial thing, anything you've not been able to make a decision on or made a choice of, it feels like it is something that has been with you for a very long time, because Taurus is loyal. This is the Hierophant. And I feel like it's you that's been carrying this heavy burden around here, and you just can't get rid of it. So I feel like it's time for you to walk through the gate finally, because something is slowly draining your energy, draining your time, draining your efforts. It's like no matter how much money you put on this debt, it's like the interest accumulates, or maybe you have penalties that accumulate and you just can't get past it. So it's time for you to clean it up. I feel like this person here is somebody who's going to help you. They don't have to be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. But look, I'm just going to sing the praises of the air signs. Because if there's going to be someone in the room who's smarter than me, it's going to be an air sign. And I feel like somebody here is smarter than you. They don't have to be an air sign. But I'm going to say there's somebody who's far more organized in their thought pattern, and somebody who will look at it objectively and tell you what needs to be done in terms of what's going to be best for you, Taurus. Okay. We are going to look at love. And then we're going to go into the extended. Love is what we're going to extend. Usually that is the one that needs a little more time. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus in love. Tell me about Taurus in love, please. Today, tomorrow, next year, Taurus. Tell me about Taurus in love. These are your weeklies, my friend. So at the end of this, I will tell you how to find the extended. Tell me about Taurus. Got the Ten of Wands. Got the Three of Pentacles. And we've got the Hermit. Taurus, I feel like there's somebody here that you already know that you have eyes for. I'm going to say that the Three of Pentacles, it feels like it's someone that you already know, because they are either in your community, in your neighborhood, could be the neighbor. It feels like it's somebody who is in your friendship group, or somebody who's out in the workplace, possibly someone that you met at a convention. It feels like a get-together. We were cooperating, we were collaborating, we were sharing ideas. I feel like you're carrying something here, and I feel like what's weighing on you is that you're not saying anything. I feel like you have, you've met somebody that I feel as though you think about a lot. Somebody who shows up in your dreams, somebody who possibly when you're alone, you think about them, you daydream about them. It feels like this is somebody that you can't get off your mind. And it feels like it's now starting to weigh heavy, because I feel like you don't see this person all the time. Now, if they are in your workplace, it feels like they're probably at a distance. I'm looking at the van here, that they work maybe in a remote place from you. So maybe you work for the same corporation, but they work in Australia and you're in the US. It feels like it's a distance thing. And so this Hermit energy here is telling me that it feels like when you're alone is when you think about the situation the most. It does feel like there is somebody here that you already know, that you have feelings for. And you're wondering why this person hasn't come forward. Whatever it is, this Three of Pentacles, this foundation that you've built is weighing heavy on you. It feels like it's weighing heavy on you and you want to drop it. So it feels like you have eyes for somebody who is a friend or a colleague. And you haven't said anything about it because the Hermit's here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it might be the workspace. It could be. It doesn't have to be, of course. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Empress. Okay, so it looks like you want to end the friendship is what it looks like here. You would rather end the friendship and work on the beginning or a new cycle of something here. The Empress is here, and of course the Empress is usually depicted as being pregnant, right? But the Empress is pregnant with a new cycle, a new opening, something new. We're going to birth something new. Could be a baby, of course. But in this case, I don't think it is. It feels like this Empress energy, whether it's feminine or masculine energy, somebody here wants to end our partnership, end the friendship. I'd rather not be your friend. I would rather be someone who is working on getting to know you better. It feels like you've been waiting for a long time for this person to notice you or ask you out, or for something more to transpire is what it feels like. And so tell me about this Three of Pentacles. Tell me what your relationship is with them right now. And we'll talk a little bit more about where it might be going to. Let's talk about this Three of Pentacles, please. I think you've been waiting for this person to notice you, or waiting for this person to notice that you have an affinity for them. I feel like you, if you're the one who's attracted to the Empress, I feel like this person is is showing up in like wearing their best. Their hair is all in place. Their makeup is on if it's a woman, right? It feels like somebody here is smelling great, or you're really noticing them. And I think that this person, if you're the person on the outside looking in, like you're the cross watcher, I feel like the reason that Taurus isn't stepping forward is because Taurus is the Empress, and the Empress is never going to chase. And so if you want to go out with Taurus, I feel like you need to say something here, or it's just going to stay in a friendship place, because Taurus is when they're in, they're all in, right? We've got 7 and 3, which is 10 Pentacles. Taurus wants something that is more stable and secure and long-lasting, but we have to first wait on the first pentacle. The Page of Pentacles is here. Elsie, first it has to materialize, or it's not going anywhere. I get it. Yeah, that's what it feels like here. It's not going to go anywhere. Oh boy, the Lovers is here. So I feel like you're not even going to get interested. You're not going to get into it at all if it's not the most stable situation that you could ever find. And what I mean by that is you're already the Empress. You have stability. You have everything that you need. Now you're into something that you want. And I think what you want is somebody that you already know that you have more than friendship feelings for, because the Lovers is here. It feels like if you had the choice, you have already chosen them. I think you've already chosen them, but I also feel like you're focused on you, focused on your growth, focused on taking care of you, waiting for somebody to make an offer, waiting for something to materialize in the 3D. So I feel like you're waiting for something to begin that's more than friendship. You've been waiting for a while, been putting a lot of work into it, but I think you're also reassessing the situation. It does feel like it's a bit of dreamy energy on your part. Maybe you're manifesting, maybe you're hoping for it, but it feels like if this doesn't change, I feel like you're just going to release it. It feels like with the Hermit energy here that nothing's being said. We don't see each other unless we're at work, or we don't see each other unless we're in the community group, or unless we're in our friend group. So I feel like you and this person don't communicate outside the time that you spend together building this friendship foundation. It might be a friend of a friend we're talking about. Taurus, we're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to be there, that's where I'm going to talk more about this. We'll pull a lot more cards. We'll clarify all of these and find out what else is going on here. If that sounds like your situation, please come into the extended. If you want to know how to find the extended, please go to the top of the comments. There's one pinned comment. Please click on more, and you will find a link to the membership area where all of the extendeds go. That's where they go to live. And if you're interested in that, you'll have 4 extendeds in a month. For the price of what you would sign up for the membership, if you want to purchase this one outright, you can do that. It's up to you. And I will make the link available if you would like to just look at this one extended, aren't interested in the membership area. Taurus, if you're interested in a private read, please know private reads are open, and I am still doing private reads. Look, there's something like my prices start at $25 and they go up from there. I have many packages, and the one that starts at $25 is a 48-hour turnaround time. So if you just need something less than 10 minutes, a quick answer, I can do that for you, Taurus. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I appreciate you. Come into the extended if you'd like to see the rest. I will see you there if that's where you are, and if not, I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.